show you how great I am.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I am the king of the world.
G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy, support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. One of the hottest boxers in the game, Oleksandr Usyk, is just coming off of a victory over Tony Bellew, where I'm not even gonna fraud, he struggled some in this fight. Tony Bellew showed him some different looks, but Oleksandr Usyk eventually landed the money shots that he needed to land to get Tony Bellew up out of there. I think we all knew, unless Tony Bellew won the fight, that he was going to retire. But he's been like that for the past couple of fights. So Tony Bellew was on borrowed time, basically. But Tony Bellew fought a very good fight. I actually had Tony Bellew ahead in the fight before the knockout even happened. But Oleksandr Usyk being talked about heavy in terms of going up to the big boy weight, going up to heavyweight. People are talking about Usyk and Anthony Joshua. You know, as boxing fans, we not trying to hear that shit. If Anthony Joshua ain't going up against Deontay Wilder, his fights mean absolutely nothing to us, especially for the people in the States, the fans, the boxing fans in the States. Like, Anthony Joshua is either Deontay Wilder, or we ain't trying to hear nothing he talking about. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, people are bringing up Anthony Joshua and Usyk. I've heard Dillian White and Usyk. Me personally, I would love to see Usyk and Luis Ortiz. I just dropped a video about Usyk and how much damage he could possibly do at heavyweight. But Usyk just won the World Boxing Super Series at cruiserweight. And then he just beat Tony Bellew, who beat David Haye twice. So that's a real good victory. But what if Usyk doesn't want to go up to heavyweight? Is there anybody at cruiserweight that's worth his time? I would say no. Can't get a rematch with Tony Bellew because he's retired. So it had me to thinking. And you know me, G5 Jeff TV, I'm always thinking. And I'm like, yo, it's been talked about before, never came to fruition, but could Andre SOG Ward come out of retirement and beat Oleksandr Usyk? Just think about that for a second. Andre Ward is retired, fresh off of a Sergey Kovalev massacre. I think Andre Ward destroyed Sergey Kovalev's career, by the way. Andre Ward retired. I think we all know that Andre Ward probably could afford another 5-6 years if he wanted to. I mean, it really wasn't too much for Andre Ward at that particular time at light heavyweight. Sergey Kovalev was it. Adonis Stevenson, it seemed like he just plays like a diva when it comes down to negotiations. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, Andre Ward does too. But the thing is, Andre Ward has gotten the big fights done. No matter how much of a diva you think he is. But, you know, a guy like Adonis Stevenson plays like a diva in negotiations, and he doesn't get the big fights done. He's had about 4 or 5 fights that he should have had that should have been legacy fights for him, and it just didn't fall through because he was being a diva. But that's neither here nor there. Andre Ward was pound for pound #1 when he retired. So just imagine Andre Ward coming back to the sport of boxing to go up against one of the baddest guys on the planet right now, and Oleksandr Usyk, unified cruiserweight champion of the world. Just won the World Boxing Super Series. Just beat Tony Bellew. People think Usyk can go up to heavyweight and make it happen. Could Andre Ward come out of retirement and beat this dude? My personal answer is hell yeah. Hell yeah. I had Tony Bellew up in this fight. And Tony Bellew was gassing out physically in this fight. But you seen Tony Bellew give Usyk trouble. No disrespect to Tony Bellew, but he's not Andre Ward. If Tony Bellew can give Usyk trouble, I guarantee you Andre Ward can hop off his couch, put on the boxing trunks and gloves, and give Usyk all types of hell. No tune-up, no nothing. Now, can he beat Usyk? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, of course, there's a couple of factors. Andre Ward has never fought a cruiserweight. That's number one. Number two, he's coming fresh off the couch. Number three, Andre Ward got put down by Sergey Kovalev at 175. So, who's to say that Usyk can't put him down in cruiserweight? We got one tactician against another tactician. It's a southpaw. That's another adjustment for Andre Ward. There's a lot of different variables that's difficult if Andre Ward was to come back and fight Oleksandr Usyk with no tune-up, with no cruiserweight tune-up. Tall order. Hell of a tall order. But see, that's the reason I mention Andre Ward is because a lot of people compared Andre Ward to Bernard Hopkins. And when Bernard Hopkins was in his 40s, late 30s, 40s, this is one of those types of fights that Bernard Hopkins would have took. Like when Bernard Hopkins went up in weight and fought Kelly Pavlik, and all of the, boxing writers was like, oh, well, Pavlik's going to whip his ass. Pavlik just beat Jermaine Taylor twice. Bernard Hopkins don't want no smoke. And Bernard Hopkins went up in there and beat the dog shit out of Kelly Pavlik. Bernard Hopkins did the same thing with Antonio Tarver. Went up to light heavyweight. Bernard Hopkins' body filled out real good. Looked like a legitimate 175-pounder. And he took Antonio Tarver to school. This is one of those fights that Bernard Hopkins would be looking at. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I mentioned Andre Ward. Andre Ward is one of the greats. He was pound for pound number one going into retirement. And for him to come back and fight Usyk, like if he was to beat Usyk, like you can cement his legacy in history. It's already cemented, but now you got to be talking about, you got to be talking icon type shit. You know what I'm saying? To come back and beat the unified cruiserweight champion of the world and Usyk, fresh off the couch. Oh man. Ultimately, this is kind of a fantasy match for me because I don't think Andre Ward will come back for this unless they offer him like some crazy bag of money. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to see this fight. Like, I would love to see this fight, man. Like, this is a hardcore boxing fan's dream fight. These two guys going at it. Highly skilled guys, highly respectable guys. And they just carry themselves well in the ring. Andre Ward is a legend. Hall of Famer. Future Hall of Famer. Oleksandr Usyk, he's on his way. He's on his way, man. He's on his way. But that's a dream fight for me, man. Andre Ward versus Oleksandr Usyk. Boy, if the boxing guys is listening, man, please, somebody talk Andre Ward and coming out of retirement and come back and make that fight happen for your boy G5 Jeff TV. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.